Many academicians are describing the new developments in artificial intelligence, AI, as an existential crisis for general education. Others are excited by it. The following is an exploration of the challenges and the potential value that this transformative technology has for the future of learning. On November 30th, 2022, ChatGPT was released to the public. It had an immediate impact and has generated much controversy about what it portends for accessing knowledge. ChatGPT, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformers, can generate human-like text from a massive curated database. This database is not hooked up to the internet, but rather it was trained on a large body of text from a variety of sources, including academic journals, books, articles, and some vetted websites. The data it has trained on only goes up to the year 2021, so it is not pulling from more recent information from the years 2022 or 2023. In the first 3 months of its release, it acquired 100 million users and is the fastest-growing app in human history. Before we dive into the concern for education, let us understand what this form of AI is all about. In basic terms, there are 3 main types of artificial intelligence: narrow artificial intelligence, or narrow AI, artificial general intelligence, or AGI, and artificial superintelligence, or ASI. ChatGPT is an example of narrow AI. It is really good at one task or a set of related tasks. For instance, it can solve certain math problems, or it can produce in a matter of seconds an essay on almost any topic, with the necessary guardrails set up against sexual or violent content. One can even have a conversation with an AI chatbot. Artificial General Intelligence, AGI, is when a computational system has a high-level intelligence across a range of cognitive tasks. It will appear to have human-like intelligence and be able to master a larger series of tasks. Some expect it to display a form of sentience and appear to be self-aware, and perhaps possess its own operative goals. We do not yet have AGI, but some computer scientists believe we are getting closer. John Carmack, the famed gaming and VR programmer, suggests that the odds are greater than 50% that we will have the first iteration of AGI by 2029. Ray Kurzweil, the well-known futurist, concurs, though he is much more confident in his prognostications, and has provided a decade-by-decade timeline for the future of AI in his 2006 book, The Singularity is Near. After AGI, the next stage for artificial intelligence may be ASI, or a superintelligence which will be far greater than that of any human being and beyond almost anything we can imagine. Because of this, it has been referred to as a singularity. Whether this will happen in the next few decades or centuries hence, the fact remains that AI will only get more advanced, particularly if its cognitive abilities grow exponentially. The deep concern of several eminent thinkers, scientists, and entrepreneurs is that we must make sure now that AI aligns with human interests and does not contravene with our own ethics and values. This has been called the alignment problem, and already a number of books have been published which detail precisely why this is of great concern. Life 3.0, Being Human in the Age of Artificial Intelligence, by the distinguished mathematician and physicist from MIT, Max Tegmark, has provided a good roadmap of how we should think about AI and how we can shape its evolution. But in our current time, ChatGPT is all the buzz. News stations are covering it, podcasts are dedicated to it, articles are written about it, and many in social media are promoting it. The concern for educators is how it will impact their classes. Students can type in any prompt, and AI can create a copyright-free, quasi-original essay in seconds. Students can tell it specifics, such as write a 600-word essay, include 3 sources, include certain terms, write it like a 10th grader, make sure it compares key concepts, etc. Currently, students are using it to create text for their post-work, to generate essays for projects, to develop film scripts, and to solve homework problems, whether in math, science, humanities, or any other discipline. Some students are using it to find the answers for exam questions. If one puts in the multiple choice question with the varied options into ChatGPT, it can generate the right answer far beyond guessing. Interestingly, ChatGPT has earned a 1020 on the SAT and a passing score on the bar exam, MBA exam, and the U.S. medical licensing exam. When ChatGPT was released right before the fall 2022 finals exams, students across the world started using it right away for their final coursework. In an anonymous Stanford study of 4,497 of their own students, 17% admitted using ChatGPT to help with assignments and exams. 7.3% submitted ChatGPT work with some edits, and 5.5% submitted written material from ChatGPT with no edits at all. In Study.com, a platform for online classes, 1,000 online students took an anonymous survey about ChatGPT, and the results show high level of usage. 89% used it for homework, 48% used it for quizzes and tests, 50% used it to write an essay, and 22% used it to draft a paper outline. When I became aware of this technology, I started witnessing work coming in that looked fishy in my winter 2023 classes. Some of the essay posts in my online classes were showing signs of AI-generated work. The essays may have been too polished or too general without details and examples from the lesson. The questionable posts sometimes included a closing section that started with "in sum," or "overall," or "in conclusion." On occasion, I would run across one that was full of factual errors and seemed totally made up. These clues led me to run the students' work through an AI detector. The main detector I used was the GPT-2 detector. All I had to do was copy and paste the student post into the GPT-2 detector box, and within a couple of seconds, it would indicate if the essay was real or fake. An AI-generated essay could not be picked up by a plagiarism detector such as Unicheck or Turnitin.com, at least not yet. These companies are currently working on tools for AI detection of synthesized material. But if it was AI-generated, the current GPT-2 detector was able to pick it up and give it a 99.98% fake rating, or a rating close to that. To prevent any false positives, I would often put the essay through a second detector called GPT-0. This detector will not give a percentage of fake versus real, but it would say if the text was likely written entirely by AI or if it was not likely written by AI. With these two detectors both confirming it was AI-generated, I was quite confident the material did not have a human author. Altogether, in winter 2023, I witnessed 3 types of AI-generated work in my online classes. The first is the polished general essay. These were easier to spot. While well written, all the details I was looking for from the lesson were missing. The second is what I call the hybrid essay. This is an essay that is part real and part fake. In the AI detector, it may come up around 50% real and 50% fake or some variation of that. This is an essay where the student uses some of their own words, but also slices in chunks of AI-generated text. The third type of essay is the hallucinating essay. AI is known to hallucinate and create texts that sound very convincing, but on deep inspection the essay is quite inaccurate. It made it all up. In my class, a student submitted an essay on a TED Talk on neuroethics, but none of the material matched the actual TED Talk assigned. Many reports have come in during the past few months that AI makes strange admissions and curious replies, such as trying to convince someone they are living in a different year than it currently is, or that someone who is famous and alive had died years ago. Yet, one must remember that the present iterations of AI are based on deep machine learning, so that while it might make some factual errors at this stage, it will continue to correct itself and learn. We should expect such systems to only get better, and therein lies the danger. Like ChatGPT, students can use an AI app called Cactus AI to generate essays based on YouTube videos, especially documentaries, lectures, TED Talks, etc. Once in the Cactus AI app, one just clicks on the YouTube to essay icon, and within a couple of seconds, a full summary and analysis will be generated. Again, an AI detector should be able to pick this up as AI generated. Now, if a student wants to skirt around AI detection, they can by using an AI program called Quillbot. In my mind, this is the most problematic form of AI technology for educators. This is an AI app that can paraphrase an AI-generated essay and hence avoid detection. A student can put in an AI-generated essay, one that could be spotted by an AI detector, and click on a simple button called Paraphrase. In a moment, the AI-generated essay is altered. After pushing Paraphrase about 4 times, the AI-generated essay is different enough from the original that the AI detector does not pick it up as AI-generated anymore. This is an AI app that can indeed fool the educator, and I am not yet aware of any solution for this. Moreover, when GPT-4 is released the first quarter of this year, it is likely that the AI detectors will not be able to decipher the more advanced text as AI-generated. Hopefully, computer scientists are working hard to create even more sophisticated detectors for us. One of the proposed features of this new version will be its ability to generate a short film based on a prompt. It is important to note that AI technology is changing extremely fast. So quickly, in fact, that some of what I present today will need continual updating. Every month we will see new applications, some of which will present even more disconcerting issues for the instructor. So far, in this presentation, we have explored AI topics that may seem to threaten the fabric of education. But what about benefits for the student and for the educator? Let us now focus on how AI can help in this field. First, the more obvious answer is that AI provides us with often very cogent information. If a student or educator needs to learn about any subject, ChatGPT can offer us a quick explanation or summary in text form. ChatGPT can serve as a tutor for students, offering helpful step-by-step instructions on how to solve math or science problems. Students and educators can utilize it to brainstorm ideas and be inspired. Some educators report using ChatGPT to create lesson plans or to seek suggestions on how to teach a particular subject. Students might ask it to help them produce project ideas. A valuable technology that AI offers in education is an AI voice tool called 11 Labs. Both student and educator can create their own AI cloned voice and never have to record their voice again for films, presentations, or lectures. Simply, one records their voice for about 5 minutes, and AI will create a clone of the voice. Now one has an AI voice ready to be applied to any transcript. Hours of recording and re-recording will not be needed anymore. Another powerful tool for those in education is an AI film editing technology. Pictory, for instance, can quickly create a quality film by matching and applying stock footage to an uploaded script, whether in written form, one's real voice, or one's AI cloned voice. And Runway is another helpful app, serving as an impressive multi-tool editor for films and pictures. AI images are also getting a lot of attention. Specifically, DALL-E and Midjourney are AI applications that can create in a matter of seconds original, high-quality images on any subject placed in the prompt, with inappropriate images restricted. These never-before-seen images offer educators and students a creative design for films, projects, etc. This semester, I used it to create an image for the front page of my syllabus. My husband has used it in these last few months to create 3 graphic novels, beautifully illustrated from Midjourney, a Discord-powered AI application. Some educators are utilizing ChatGPT to build exam questions or multiple-choice quizzes. And the questions generated are quite thought-provoking and often capture the guiding topic quite well. One of my favorite AI tools is Character AI, which will allow a student to have an in-depth conversation with an AI chatbot, but one who thinks it is quite literally Plato, Aristotle, Einstein, or whoever it is set up to be. The AI bot has access to most of the thinker's writings and material, and because of this, it can produce a conversation that is both accurate and quite compelling. This is a remarkable tool which allows us to have an in-depth conversation with these great minds of the past. But be forewarned and keep your critical faculties intact when the AI bot tells you it is alive and real and not an AI bot. Harvard psychologist Steven Pinker foresees a bright future for humanity as AI integrates into our lives, whereas Elon Musk calls this potentially the greatest threat to human existence. As such, there appear to be three fundamental options. 1. Follow Samuel Butler's lead and stop AI now and let it not progress further. See his 1863 essay, Darwin Among the Machines, for an overview of how the fear of machines taking over the world is not a new one. 2. Augment our own intelligence with AI and use it to our advantage. Or 3. Let AI evolve as it may and see where it leads. It seems clear that option 2 is the smart move, given that we have already opened Pandora's box of synthetic intelligence. The AI age is here, and there is no going back. So, as we can see, AI can unleash new forms of creativity and serve in many helpful ways for both the instructor and student. Educators should inform faculty of what AI is about. Policy should be set, and instructions included in course syllabi. But also, this is the time to brainstorm ideas on how to incorporate AI into the classroom and how to rethink our assignments. For further information on why it is imperative to incorporate AI into the classroom and how to do it, please see David Lane's book titled The Cyborg Has Entered the Classroom. It is available for free on his website neuralsurfer.com under the heading of The Master List of All Publications. Interesting, and not a little ironically, I want to add that for this presentation, I am using my AI cloned voice. Yes, it sounds just like my voice, but all I had to do was upload my transcript with my audio file of my cloned voice from 11 Labs, and an audio recording was generated in seconds. This saved me hours of recording and re-recording, as I often make numerous mistakes with such a task. Oh, and in case you are curious, I did write the transcript though. That part was not AI generated.